Good morning, class 9. How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing great. And we are going to talk about the weathering storm of Erasama. So, from yesterday, we are having this storm type, isn't it? That we are seeing that huge winds are blowing and there's clouds, and we get tensed at times. We like the rains, but at the same time, we don't want to get affected by it. Plus, in this lockdown situation. So, we were there in the part where this guy goes home.
He is in very big tension that he is not able to solve his problems
And he gets stuck in the storm, and there is floods. It's like a type of a lockdown. You cannot go anywhere, so that's a huge, very big problem when these things happen. So we'll just read from where I left so that we'll be able to know that. So just hang on for some time because uh, things are not working out here. We have to wait for some time so that we get to see. My files are not working today. I don't know why. Because of the net, it's very down. Well, I don't use books for you, so it's a very big problem. And plus, your website, school website, is also there, which you have to follow. And there's going to be an exams. I hope you guys have registered also for the same. That will be really nice. If you go ahead and register yourself, that will be the best thing. So the weathering storm of Erasama, it's a true story, and this happened in Odisha, and these areas have been affected. So I'll just tell you. Okay, so it was the cyclone hit in Odisha. We everybody know that it was hit in Odisha for quite a long time. So this guy Prashant visits Erasama and the coming of storm. What happens? He went to his friend's house in Erasama on 27th October 1999. It was 7 years after his mother's death. In the evening, heavy and continuous rain filled the darkness. Trees were uprooted. Water entered his friend's house. Speed of the wind was around about 350 kilometers per hour. What was the destruction which happened in that time? We'll do that. But I want to first read to you so that you will get to that point where we were actually. So I had given you a brief explanation of this storm which happened in Odisha. Now, for around about 100 villages were devastated, killed thousands of people. Now, what do you think of these things which happen? They are really very bad and sad. You can't help it, when people get affected. Now, he had faced these 2 nights. He was marooned. He had no other place. He was sitting on the roof of a house. On the third day, he decided to go to his village. Did he find his family actually? Let's go and see about that. On October 27th, or rather on 27th October 1999, 7 years after his mother's death, Prashant had gone to the block headquarters of Erasama, a small town in coastal Odisha, some 18 kilometers from his village, to spend the day with a friend. In the evening, a dark and menacing storm quickly gathered. Winds beat against the houses with a speed and fury that Prashant had never witnessed before. Heavy and incessant rain filled the darkness. Ancient trees were uprooted and crashed to the earth. Screams rent the air as people and houses were swiftly washed away. The angry waters swirled into his friend's house, neck deep. The building was of brick and mortar and was strong enough to survive the devastation of the wind's velocity of 350 kilometers per hour. But the cold terror of the family grew with the crashing of trees that had got uprooted and fallen on their house sometime in the middle of the night, damaging its roof and walls. The crazed destruction wrought by the cyclone and the surge of the ocean continued for the next 36 hours. Although wind speeds had reduced somewhat by the next morning to escape the waters rising in the house, Prashant and his friend's family had taken refuge on the roof. Prashant will never forget the shock he experienced at his first glimpse of the devastation wrought by the super cyclone. In the grey light of the early morning, a raging, deadly brown sheet of water covered everything as far as the eye could see. Only fractured cement houses still stood in few places. Bloated means swollen up dead animals. When animals die, even human beings die, they swell up. Bloated animal carcasses and human corpse. Carcasses are the bodies of animals and humans are called corpse. Corpse floated in every direction. All around, even huge old trees had fallen. 2 coconut trees had fallen on the roof of their house. This was a blessing in disguise, because the tender coconuts from the trees kept the trapped family from starving in the several days that followed. For the next 2 days, Prashant sat huddled with his friend's family in the open on the top roof. They froze in the cold and incessant rain. The rain water washed away Prashant's tears. The only thought that flashed through his mind was whether his family had survived the fury of the super cyclone. Was he to be bereaved once again? Means again someone is going to leave him, his mother is already left. Again he is going to feel lonely. 2 days later, which seemed to Prashant like 2 years, the rain ceased and the rainwater slowly began to recede. Prashant was determined to seek out his family without further delay. But the situation was still dangerous and his friend's family pleaded with Prashant to stay back a little while longer. But Prashant knew he had to go. He equipped himself with a long sturdy stick and then started out on his 18-kilometer expedition back to his village through the swollen flood waters. It was a journey he would never forget. He constantly had to use the stick to locate the road, to determine where the water was most shallow. At places it was waist deep and progress was slow. At several points he lost the road and had to swim. After some distance he was relieved to find 2 friends of his uncle who were also returning to their village. They decided to move ahead together. Okay. So I'll come back in the next video.